welcome back to my channel. Today I've decided to kind of go through some of my already made cards and make some card sketches from them. And I've talked about my card sketch library in the past, and I have a link to the video below that kind of goes through how I created that. And what is great about having a card sketch library is that you can remake a card over and over again, but it can totally look a different way. So what I like to do is if I have a bunch of already made cards like these, which I did in a video a while back with the scrapbook supplies, the ephemera pieces, these are great for sketches because there's so many different lines and swirls and everything. You can really make some great sketches. So I decided to kind of go through these and put together some sketches and add them to my little file box here. This is my card reference file box, or my card sketch library. So what I did was I just grabbed some of these grid cards. These are just Project Life 4x6 cards, and I'll add a link to those. They're still available on Amazon. I got them a long time ago. I have a ton of them, so I haven't run out yet. But these are nice because they're already set up as a grid, and so it's easy to draw straight lines on them. But to kind of help me along with drawing like the little circles and stars and things like that represent the card sketch, I have these stencils that I picked up that just have different little shapes on them. They've got the squares, circles, I think there's some hearts somewhere. Let's see. I thought I had some. Oh yeah, wait. Oh yeah, here's a heart right here. There's a heart right there. So that's nice to add for like little embellishment pieces on the card. I also like to use any kind of a fine lined Sharpie pen or similar type pen. I think this is Bic, to make my sketches. So it's nice because it's a permanent line. It doesn't smear or smudge. And then you get a nice thin line to make the sketch too. So I thought I'd just take you along with me, and you can just watch along with me while I make my sketches. So for any sketch, when I create it, I just basically don't want to pay much attention to the pictures, but I want to pay attention to the elements of the card. So whether they're circles, shapes, square shapes, small, large, that kind of thing. So for instance, this flower shape here would be a series of circles up in the corner, same with here on the bottom. And then smaller circles would be these little embellishments or even little hearts or something like that. This big butterfly doesn't necessarily need to be a butterfly, but I would make it into a huge circle kind of off to the side, just showing that there's some kind of an object here. And then in the middle would be where my sentiment would be, and I'd kind of have this raised up on a rectangle like I have here. So I would put a rectangle here and then just put sentiment in here, and it could be any type of sentiment you want. So I'll demonstrate with a voiceover with this first card, and then I'll kind of let you listen to music for the rest of the cards that I make. But for this card, I started off by making a vertical shaped card on the card, and then I put everything on the inside of it. So I had my 2 circles for the flowers on the top corner, and then I'm just adding the sentiment rectangle, and I'm going to write the word sentiment inside of it. That can be 1 sentiment, 2 sentiments, however you want to do it. It's up to you. Same with the circles. That doesn't necessarily have to be flowers. It can be circles if you want it to be, whatever you like. And then it's supposed to symbolize that there's just something in the corners. And then I have the little embellishments right below the sentiment rectangle. And then the butterfly, I'm going to use kind of a medium-sized circle. Or actually, no, I ended up using a star for the butterfly, just for something different. Again, it doesn't have to be a butterfly. It could be a star. It could be another flower, however you want to do it. So you can see that it looks very similar to the card, but the great thing about the sketch is you can put it on its side, you can put it upside down, you can use it however you want to use it, and so you can make multiple cards with one sketch. card, I just wanted to mention that you don't necessarily need to use a set of stencils to draw your sketch. You can freehand draw it. You can also use, which is what I'm going to do in a second, use some nested dies that you have on hand. Circles, rectangles. I'm going to be using an oval in a second. Those can be really handy too because there's different sizes. So that's always helpful too. But I like the stencils because I can kind of move them around really quick and just get the shapes all on one little piece of plastic there. So I'm just using an oval for the bicycle to represent that, and this one is finished. So this is a great way to spend a crafting afternoon. Say if you don't feel like doing a project, but you need to maybe get inspired, but your craft room is all cleaned up, make some sketches. It's a great way to kind of get some new card ideas. Now I have 7 or 8 of these to kind of go with to make new cards. And then, once you're done with this, you're ready to start creating. So be sure to sign up for my newsletter too, because every month I include a card sketch in there. So it's always nice to have. You can collect those and have even more for your card sketch library. So thanks again for joining me today, and I'll see you in my next video.